Hello people of the internet, and welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to be planning for the upcoming month of July. Yes, I finally have a video out when it's supposed to be out, and I'm not late for once. How cool is that? How fun is that? So I'm starting this plan with me off with a watercolor painting. Something fun, something different. I had the time on my hands. I'm not in school. I'm on my summer break. So I thought, I have all this extra time. Might as well do something with it. So I thought I'll, do a little painting, a little watercolor painting. This painting now got turned into the July Patreon reward. If you want to get your hands on this, a print of this painting, the link to my Patreon is always in the description. Going into what I'm using to watercolor today, I am using Kuretake Zig watercolors. I think that's what they're called. I will link them down below if you guys want to get your hands on them. I also don't remember what brush set I'm using, but I will also link it down below if you guys want to get your hands on that. Along with that, to line everything, I'm using my very trusty Tombow Furunosuke brush pens. I used to use the Staedtler ink liners, but I used cold pressed paper, not hot pressed paper, so it has like a lot of ridges and everything. And I just saw that if I used like my Staedtlers to line everything when I'm watercoloring, it just destroyed the nib. It absolutely destroyed my inks, like my pens. So didn't really not a fun time. Not a fun time with those, but with this, since it's a flexible tip and it's a brush pen, I get the line variation that I want, but also it does not destroy my pen, and I can get like the full use I want out of it. So I absolutely love using these, and these are waterproof. They work really well with watercolors, and if you guys want to get your hands on them, I will also link them down below. All these links are not affiliates. I do not make any sort of money from any of these. These are just, I use them and I love them. I want to share them with you. Going into talking about the painting and what I'm drawing and why I'm drawing it. So the theme I chose for July is mushroom and daisies, something fun, something out there with a sprinkle of frogs in there, because I've been loving drawing frogs. Frogs are like my new favorite thing to draw. So the basis of this painting is that I really wanted it to be busy. I wanted it to look very heavy and just very busy. As soon as you look at it, I just don't want your eyes to focus on anything. I just wanted to kind of wander around and just look at like the details and just look at how busy it is, right? So I decided to go for like a bunch of leaves with mushrooms everywhere, with daisies everywhere, and it just being a chaos. So I'm just starting off the painting with lining everything in the liner. Once that is done, I will move on to the background and work my way up. That's how most watercolor people use watercolor. Like people who like using watercolor, that's how they use it. And that's what I'm gonna do. So the very background, I want it to be very dark, so then everything else on top of it is a good contrast. I first went in with black and I thought, oh, that's like way too dark. So then I went for a very dark green instead. And this green has like a blue mixed into it. It's like a bluish green, very dark. And then to again contrast with it, I went with a yellow green for the leaves. So it's like completely different green, like spectrum of green, and it just makes the leaves pop out a little bit more, a little bit better. And to like after the leaves comes the mushrooms. So for the mushrooms, I'm using different shades of like orange and pinks and reds. It's like a mixture of, I just put a shit ton of like pinks and reds and all that in my palette. Just went in and started mixing random stuff, and the colors came out gorgeous. So I just used that for my mushrooms. And for the daisies, what I decided to do was do like a yellow middle. And since I wanted them to pop out from like the very busy, very dark background, I was like, you know what? I will leave them white. I just added a little bit of shadows with gray, and to make gray, I just took a lot of water and mixed it in with a little bit of black that was dried up on my palette. And that's what I did. I, gave the daisies a little bit of shadows. So once the painting was done, I was finished painting it. I scanned it in and transferred it over to my iPad. Once it was on my iPad, I fixed it a little bit, tweaked it a little bit, made sure the colors on the iPad were the same that were colors, that I painted. They were vibrant, the same amount and everything. And then I decided it needed something. So then I added a little bit of a sparkle digitally, just a couple dots here and there, a little bit of, sparkle, a little bit of fairy dust to complete it. And I turned it into a print. Now, let's talk about the actual setting up part of this video, setting up the bullet journal part. So along with the print, I am also using these two lovely stickers. These stickers were inspired by the print itself. One is a bunch of mushroom gremlins, that's how you say it. And the other one is cute froggies. And my Patreon prints, when I print them, they're not big enough for my gigantic journal, so I just reprinted it in a bigger size for myself. And I'm just gonna glue that into the left side of the two cover pages. On the right side, I thought to do something fun, something different, so I am just drawing the same flowers, the same daisies that are in the painting, and drawing them all across the page with sparkles and little stars in the middle. And I'm actually gonna go for a Dutch door, so I'm gonna cut up this squiggly line from the side, kind of give it a little bit of interest than just normal. I glued in a print I made, and then the second page is just kind of there, so just add a little bit of visual interest, some pizzazz. Decided to make it a Dutch door. So behind the Dutch door, to indicate that yes, this is the month of July, because nowhere in the cover pages it mentions that, so behind the Dutch door, I decided to do a little mini calendar of July and just write the word July. So when you're looking at the cover page, the calendar just peeks in from behind the Dutch door. That completes the cover page, or the cover pages. Going into what's behind the Dutch door, immediate behind, or the page of the Dutch door, I decided to leave it blank. Didn't want to I don't know what to fit on it. I genuinely don't know what to put on it. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. I genuinely don't know what to put behind the Dutch doors. Generally, I really don't know what to put behind Dutch doors. But on the other page where the July calendar peeks through, it had just enough space for me to do a mini July playlist spread. And warning, I did not print the album covers for these songs. I intended to. I had the file saved. I don't know where they went. I lost it somewhere in my room, somewhere in the chaos that is my room right now. So I don't really put the album covers in this video. I will find them and I will put them in my bullet journal when I'm a little bit free. But in the chaos that is my life, they kind of got lost. So all you guys get is the names and artists of these wonderful songs. These songs, I don't know if you could tell, I've got into Stray Kids this past month and a bit, and I've just been listening to them nonstop, and their songs are great. If you guys love Stray Kids, please leave a like, because I need more friends who like Stray Kids. So enough of me rambling about Stray Kids and how much I love them. We are moving now to the calendar page. The calendar page is very, very simple. I just divided up the two pages into appropriate amount of calendar spaces. Instead of going for a black outline, I went for a yellow outline. Thought that would look really, really neat, really, really cute. And after I have outlined everything, the little space on the side, I decided to do a master to-do list. With me being on break from school and just me being home, I don't have a lot of rigid timelines, oh, Saturday I have this exam or I have this assignment. It's mostly I have all these things to do over the course of the month, and I give myself deadlines. So I thought the little to-do would be a nice spot to just write down all the tasks I need to get done, and then slowly look what my week looks like, look what my next 2 weeks looks like, and then take those to-dos and assign them to myself in like the huge calendar. Also, at this point in the video, the sun started setting, so the lighting might change going forward. I am so sorry about that. I was just so into making it that I completely, didn't realize the sun was setting. You might see some interesting shadows though. Those look beautiful. But to finish up this spread, for the dates in the calendar, I did a little tiny red circle to match, the red in the print and the theme. For the days of the week, I drew or colored in these gigantic black boxes and then wrote in the days of the week. All the supplies that I'm using, the white pens and everything that I'm using will be listed in the description. If you guys are curious what I'm using, what journal I'm using, what products I'm using, everything will be listed down below. Like I think I've mentioned that already. And for July, I want to do something really big. So I decided to color in a gigantic black square to write July in, and this was a pain in the butt to do because I could have gone with like the Tombow brush pens, like the water-based ones, because I have those and they have really big brush tip and they'll be really, really easy to like color the entire black part for the July. But when I use my white gel pen on top of it, it just comes out very faded for some reason. So I was like, if I wanted the right look, I would either have to bust out my watercolors and watercolor that square in, or I would have to use like the pen I'm already using, and I was in no mood to bust out my watercolors because that would take way too long to do. So I was stuck coloring in the gigantic thing with a tiny, tiny brush tip. But once I had everything colored in, everything that I need to draw or write all on the 2 pages, I decided to, decorate it a little bit with the stickers I've mentioned before. So I went for a huge gremlin, can't even say that word, huge gremlin on the bottom of the page with the little stars and stuff. I added a couple daisies here and there, some little cute froggies here and there, some sparkle stickers as well, and just kind of bring everything, bring some happiness, bring some fun into the spread. And that, my friends, completes the calendar spread. And moving on to the habit tracker and the brain dump. The habit tracker is something that I love and I cherish, and I use it so often. I absolutely love it. Keeps me accountable, and I'm just using the usual, things that you track, like working out, if I did my skincare or not, if I had enough water that day, if I took my vitamins, if I can't talk today for some reason. If I flossed my teeth, or if I journaled or bullet journaled today. Another new thing that I'm adding is pain. And people would be like, what? Why are you tracking that? Like, what? Isn't that weird? So I recently found out I suffer from like a nerve thing in my arm, which puts my right hand in constant pain. But I am getting treatment for it, and I thought, okay, as I am getting treatment for it, I want to document the days that my pain is above 5, because like a constant 5 or below pain, I have that always in my hand, no matter what I'm doing. That pain is constant, and along with that, it sometimes makes my head hurt. So if I just want to document the days where my pain is above a 5 out of 10, so then when I do go back to my doctor, I can be like, hey, this many times a week or this many times a month, my pain was above a 5, and we can slowly work on that. So I thought the habit tracker would be an amazing place to kind of keep track of how much pain I was feeling that day. So yeah, that's why the new category of pain is in my habit tracker. Going off from the pain tangent into actually how I'm setting it up. It's very, very simple. I used a very, very cute mushroom gremlin sticker again, and with a black box coming out of it saying habit tracker and some tracker in some fancy lettering. And to fill in the blank space around the habits that I'm tracking, I drew the same daisy that's seen in the Dutch door page and in the cover page, like the cover print. And again, just decorating around with some sparkles here and there. That completes the habit tracker page. Moving on to the brain dump page, I had left it blank. I did not know what to do when I was planning, like pre-planning everything that I wanted to do for this month. I just didn't know what to do. So as I was like, back of my mind, I didn't know what to do. I was trying to think of ways, and I was like, you know what? Let's keep it super duper simple. Brain dump, I need a blank space, and I can just dump all my thoughts in there. So it's just a cute little mushroom gremlin in the middle with the word brain dump underneath it. And I decided to give the page a little bit of a border, and that completes it. That completes the habit tracker and the brain dump page. And lastly, we're moving on to the weekly spread. Now, by the time I came to do the weekly spread, my hand was hurting a 7 out of 10. And I was like, I just need to set it up, and I don't want to draw. It hurts. I just want to go put some heat on it, and I truly didn't want to, continue this. And I could have just not done it, come back the next day. But I was like, you know what, I've set this all up. I just need to, something quick, something easy, that maybe if you don't have that much time to set up your bullet journal, you don't have that much time to like sit there and draw and do that. You just want something quick and easy and cute at the same time. This would be a perfect inspiration for you, hopefully. I just split my 2 pages into 8s. And then after that, I did like this line thing on the side, so there's like a little space for anything cute that you want to draw. Instead of drawing, I just stuck to the stickers and stuck stickers there, because stickers are such a good way to like add cuteness to your journal if you can't draw, or like if you don't have time to draw, or if it hurts to draw, in my case. So I just added, again, a bunch of stickers, and it's a very, very simple weekly spread. Very, very intuitive, very, very easy to, follow through. And that completes the entire setup. Here is the final flip through on how everything turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What's your favorite spread? Is there anything you would like to try? Also, if you guys are wondering how to get your hands on the print and the 2 sticker sheets I've used, the print and the 2 sticker sheets will be part of the July Patreon rewards over on my Patreon. The link again is in the description if you guys want to join. And you get the print for $5 and up tier, and you get these 2 sticker sheets if you join the highest tier, which I believe is $20 per month. So if you join that, you get the print, the 2 sticker sheets, and 2 more sticker sheets. 1 more sticker sheet and 1 other sticker. I haven't drawn them yet. I'm still in the process of making those, but if you guys want to get your hands on any of these, Patreon is the way to go. And I hope you guys liked today's video, and I'll hopefully see you guys next week.